Welcome back to another video. It's been a year since we picked up the keys to our dream house and slowly moved in and started to do some jobs on the property. So in this video, I wanted to take a look back and see what we've achieved in a year. Subscribers will recognise some of the footage, but I've also put a few new bits in there just to keep it interesting. When we moved in, one of the first problems was the roof next door was completely invaded by the ivy. We tackled that almost immediately, and you can see in this shot that it looks a lot better. We cut a big path through so the courtyard next door is now liberated. I think a personal challenge for me was getting used to making videos and also being in front of a camera. I found it quite awkward, but hopefully I'm getting better at that. The camera feels less like an invasion. Luckily I had this fly to keep me humble. When we moved in, there was years of accumulated detritus, lots of it agricultural waste. We couldn't really get a good sense of the spaces, the rooms that we'd bought, until we'd started to clear it out properly and take a good look what was underneath all of it. The lower cantina also had a lot of rotten material and really needed a good clear out. We did find many demijohns which we will be holding on to. Liberating the spaces was a breath of fresh air. It allowed us to see the property from a new angle. The barrels in the lower cantina need some cleaning up, but overall it looks a lot better. But this one at the end, there's no tap. Sounds more solid. The house came with all kinds of furniture. Some was really nice and some was really woodwormy, so we had the hard task of going through it and chucking away what wasn't any good and keeping what we could save. Just like in the cantina, freeing the property of furniture really allowed us to see it for what felt like the first time. Some of the furniture was just too precious to throw away, so we kept everything in this shot to try and salvage. Likewise with this back bedroom, it just felt so right that this furniture was there, so we're going to do our best to restore what we can. Unfortunately, most of this was beyond repair. It was very woodwormy and really all had to be thrown away. There were two of these lean-tos on the property that I wanted to remove, and they were filled with agricultural junk and overgrown with weeds. Today the lean-to is no longer there, and we've replaced that with a bordering hedge which will hopefully in time look much nicer. Here's the hedge planted. Everything's nicely in a row, it's been watered. Now we just got to hope it takes hold. My parents came to Italy for a week and helped me clear this copse, which was shading the beautiful view down into the valley. There's a couple of diggers parked up here that are laying in some pipe all the way down from the village, which is about 1 kilometre along our gravel road, and they're connecting us up to the aqueduct. Morning, Splodge. How are you? Hungry, I'm imagining. So this is where our new aqueduct piping begins. The garden has been a huge focus for us this year. It was overgrown in many places. There was a dead hedge kind of blocking the view. We had to do lots and lots of pruning. And so we started some of this ourselves and then had a friend come in to help with gardening. And now I really think it's completely transformed. I thought that we were on the roof was the idea now, no? We had our first days of snow on the property, which was just delightful. Removing this hedge was a huge job. The guys had to dig all the way down into the roots because the wood had become so tough after sitting there for so long. I uncovered a lot more waste than I originally thought we would do, which was a bit of a challenge. The heavy pruning has really paid off. We've got loads of cherries coming in and apricots, which is the first time I've seen them here. This is how the garden was looking before we planted all of these little plants into the border there. Loads of flowers coming up and lots of blossom, as you can see on the fruit trees. It's really looking gorgeous. It's definitely warmed up as well. It's 20 degrees this weekend, so it's very warm. We're still just finishing off a few garden jobs. Hopefully we'll still get some time to do some planting. Okay, now for the cheesy bit. I think the main thing we've achieved at this property is just being together, having family here, spending time with just our little family. It's really felt like a special place to reconnect, to go to de-stress. That's why we bought the house, and that's what it's doing for us now. Putting aside working on the land and working on the renovation project, this is what's really been important for us, and these are the memories that we'll never forget. So, what's up next? In the next year, we'd love to concentrate on the house. The plans are maturing and we're ready to get building. If you'd like to join us for the journey, hit subscribe. Thanks again for watching.